Yo, what is up? TCG here. And I've got an interesting one. Black-green Citadel. We're going to take through an Explorer, best of one event here. I saw this deck pop up a bit in Pioneer. I think there's a Jund version of it that did pretty well over at the Legacy LMS. The like GP style event, right? Legacy European Tour. This actual weekend, actually, I guess it's still ongoing. It made top 8. But there's a bunch of cards that are kind of missing from the deck in Explorer. Most notably, probably Zulaport Cutthroat. But then also things like a Blister Pod, Catacomb Sifter. So I was like, this deck's really, really sweet. How can we make it work? And what I've basically done is, I was thinking about, I was trying to brainstorm and came up with the Explorer package. Well, Explorer package here. So, Flora Walker, Branch Walker, Light Ranger. So, you have the mana, guys, right? Trying to accelerate you. You have Innkeeper, help you ramp a bit more as well, because obviously you need to hit 6 mana for the Citadel, and getting black can be a little troublesome. Obviously, the elves make green mana. You have Priest as well, which is nicely also a ramp card in this deck. And then, yeah, so the 4 Wild Walker, the 4 Branch Walker, the 4 Light Ranger, which, while they do serve the purpose of kind of like letting you kind of churn through cards, also give you a constant source of life gain and allow you to kind of go off with Citadel in that way as well. Importantly, or basically, one hedge that I've made as like a shout out to the Explorer format is that I'm playing a copy of Veto, Dawn of the Dusk Rose, just to have a way to reduce our opponent from like a super high life total. Because of the prevalence of the Green White Angel deck. So one of these, and then yeah, the 4 Voice Riders Company, Citadel, and yeah, so lands, 4 Overgrown Tombs, 1 Death Cap scale. It's a little shaky, honestly. We don't have Llanowar Wastes yet, the Black Green Painland. 4 Pathways, 4 Blooming Marsh, a couple of Forests, Pasagi, Takanuma, a couple of Swamps. Now, so if you're kind of like, okay, cool, what does this deck do? The idea is that you assemble like a number of resources in play Citadel, and then be able to basically cast your deck, gaining life off Innkeeper, Wildgrowth Walker, being able to like churn through your land cards using Ghost Rider, or other ways to kind of like reset the top card of your library, and then eventually you can either kill people by making multiple bolts of Citadels, or alternatively, we're playing the Veto just because otherwise you're kind of capped to like 40 hard life. Obviously, you can also just assemble a huge board that way, but yeah. One thing, deck's not super interactive. We have the Priest, that's literally the only piece of interaction. And so, hey, let's take it for a spin. Alright, in we go. I've been messing around with this on ladder, just trying to kind of like iron out some kinks, just be like, okay, yeah, I think it's good. And so, take it into an event. See how we do. I'm gonna showcase the deck. I'm playing best of one. There are some interesting sideboard options. There are like this is also a deck that gets like much better as we go as we move as Explorer as the format moves closer to Pioneer. You get things like maybe I don't know if we're gonna get like a BFT remastered or whatever that'll have things like the Blister Pod, like the Catacomb Sifter, like that's and the Zulaport Cutthroat. Those are the 3 main things. At the point when you have them, especially in particular with Zulaport Cutthroat, you really don't need to worry about like running Veto and stuff. And you probably just replace the entire you replace the entire Explorer package. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, the Explorer cards give you a good way to kind of like both have this like creature engine that like generates value, presents threats, goes through your deck, but then also the life gain super helpful to sustain you while you're casting cards off Citadel. So yeah. Oh, we're making 1:13. Maybe I'll cut some of this. So to be fair, I've talked a bit. So maybe not. Relevant text here. Though, if we get reset again, I'll probably just start again. See how it goes. But surely, like 1:35. If we get to 2 minutes, I'll restart. I have to cut all of this out. We'll see. Maybe you should have done a quick audio test as well. I reset my microphone and stuff after the last time. Last time I was recording, I had some audio issues. So the audio's a little scuffed. But we should be good here. Okay, we did find a game. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so like, the mana can be awkward because you need triple black for Citadel. And we don't have all the dual lands that would like to have. So I keep here. This Deathblade, the Cat Blade is a bit awkward. But hey, we'll lead here. Warren's an interesting one. Obviously, if we get the wild, if this elf stays alive, we go like Walker, Glade, go, then make a Jadelight Ranger. We're in really, really, really good shape. But you still are vulnerable to things like Ambercleaver. Depends what variant I'm on around. Wonder if we're gonna get stomped here. Maybe the Mecha carries of. They're thinking about it. The fact that they're thinking about it tells me I think they do have a stomp in hand. They just have it. They're like waiting to see like if they have another thing to put to the board. Okay, interesting, interesting. We drew an untap land, which is great. I think I'm just gonna go. Lead elf. The other thing is that Goblin Chainwell can be a problem. And while it's not prevalent in like, I don't know what percentage of red decks have it, but I would say that it's in less than 50%. It's still around. It was a lightning strike, okay. I mean, rough, but they didn't do anything on their turn 2. Like if they go lightning strike into Chainwell, we're in a really rough spot. But even then, we have Voice Strider, we have Jadelight Ranger to try and help us catch back up. If we can find another land, we get the company. This is kind of the ideal. And no blocks. Something to commit to the board. Alright, we have a Citadel. Basically just want a company here. Line. He's the best bet. Mana source off of that. Otherwise, like once you have the Voice Rider in play, obviously it's a lot better. I think if we rely on our company, we'll have creatures in play. That way we'll be much safer going into this. So we attacks and enter. I'm not even gonna nug in for one, because realistically their life total doesn't matter that much. I'm not taking myself off of like down to 2 cards, so I may as well just get something out of here. What do they win? Humor. Okay. Coco. See what we hit! Interesting. I want the Innkeeper, and I think I want a Jailer Mage just to find a land. The Veto, while cool, isn't actually that important here. Oh, this actually gets us the mana. So maybe I would rather just have this. Just in case we stumble. Let's do this. We'll see what happens. Don't know what the other card is. Could be a lightning strike? Okay, was it lightning? Sure. No blocks here. We go to 9. We have the Innkeeper to sustain us. Feel pretty good about this. But we haven't got a real way to like go through it. If we fluff, like the way the board is at the minute, if we fluff for a turn, we'll likely, and I'm not going to play this land because I went off the top. Likely get to live another turn to play the Voice Rider to see what happens here. As is, we're only getting a couple of cards. Once we have the Voice Rider in play, we can just start scrying lands to the bottom. And really going off. But yeah. You need like a kind of a critical mass of resources. Whether that be like life gain cards. We're kind of fine just throwing the priest under the bus. Like now we have the in play. We also have to worry about Embercleave here, so I'm trying to think. Look at Embereth. Worry about staying alive. Got double block hit. That go through. Obviously there are a bunch of ways we can die. Nothing pre-combat, okay. Oh no, they just have the burn spells. Lightning straight down to 3. Maybe that's just gonna... Oh no. Alright, well, it was a close one, but we did not get there. Alright. Alright, alright. Well, unfortunately, they had exactsies. I'm trying to think if we could, like, if you take the time off to play the Woe Strider. We get a free block in with that as well. We get to scry a little. Once it's in play, it makes the Boil Citadel basically GG. Maybe, maybe. Let's run it back again. See if we do any better this time. Have any more luck. That's very powerful. Like obviously they had the strike for our uh our 1/3 that gains life and gets counts. I don't know why I can't remember what it's the like explore guy. Oh, well, they're not explore. Yeah, they do. We have a rough start. Hand's looking pretty solid. Good voice writer. Your branch will gonna have lands. Last historic in particular, I kind of want to make the priest here. If they have the reckless rage, then then fair enough. I think that's the best option. And then next turn we can try and play a few creatures. So we're also not quite. Even the priest lives, we're gonna get. Oh, okay. This is rough for them. Right. So, like, we'll make the Voice Rider, but it's rough because it's easier to cast the Voice Rider off the priest on gods. Definitely want to activate priest. Do this. No, I'm not that worried about the line or alphas. Take us off of taking casting. The JLI Ranger temporarily. Oh, that's actually nice. Um. 1, 2, 3. And like once we have the priest in play, actually just getting more creatures in play just wins the game. Don't have the answer for it. A graveyard. Double green. I'd rather just have the mana. If we find a land, we get to put the Citadel into play. And then the World's Oyster. Arcanist. They didn't have a third land because they made a Sundown pass last turn. They've drawn one. Okay. 118, I'm going to 60 cast it. I have a worst strike. Alternatively, you just like go like, alright, cool. Like, I'm saying stuff here, it's like, okay, I'm gonna attack, like, yes. I can just play for, like, kind of winning the game at the moment. Oh. Also cast that off of it. Oh, this can set this time. Press the Rangers. Play the new one, make it so you can get some life. That. Red zone. Nicest way. This is a game where we don't really need it, but Okay, if I'm in a block here, if they attack. Good. Not gonna play as Blooming Marsh again. This time we get to do this. I should concede anyway. Alright, well. Yeah, that's a good matchup if we have Priest on turn 2 and they don't have a Reckless Ring. Otherwise it gets pretty awkward. Not tons of interaction. If they're not light on if they're not stuck on lands there, they can go a bit wider maybe. They have creatures in hand, but alright, we go again. Not really shown what the deck actually does yet. We cast some spells with the Citadel in game 1 and then lost promptly. So reassess. Okay, so here we're like Elf into Innkeeper Elf, 2 black lands. Does enable like a turn 3 set. How that goes. I think like it looks solid. White mana as well. It could be playing its control, but leading with planes is also not a great sign for them. Company shores us up a little bit, so we'd like to see a mana source, but we have a couple. Okay, I'm trying to work out if I'm worried or. Oh, this is an interesting one. So this presents black, like represents like black. So if we go play this, play the Mystic, we can make a set up. But whether I think they can answer it. Also involves the sacking off basically both our mana. Until we were playing this and an elf. That means draw land. The thing is that this way around we're kind of like, okay, the backup plan is we're gonna company and then hit. Rather not be as all in. Also, the Priest of the Forgotten Gods versus the 2 tokens by itself isn't doing as much. We'll see. We'll roll with the punches. At the end of the day, if we draw a land here, we still have the available. Okay. Huh. I kind of want a company, but the company doesn't actually serve us as well as just going like make Voice Strider. Like once we have the Voice Strider and the Innkeeper in play, this is just fine a game. All right, see what they do. Praetor Pridemate. This is creature. Okay, yeah, it is. Let's say all the new effects that you control, like Soul Wonder, Soul Attendant. No. Okay, so now. Alright, Daylight Ranger. I shot this in the library. They're on 21, which is actually a little bit awkward. We might try and find, we might try and find, the Dragon Life. Alright, so basically we're going to go through a deck here. We're going to scroll down to the bottom. The other thing is that you actually do sometimes just get to scroll through your entire deck here. Does happen. You have these points where you're like, okay, second Citadel, do I go now, do I go later? I'm just going to cast this. One of them play. We need to activate 3 times effectively. We're on 11 here, which is actually in danger of life. We'll library this, because this now gives us a way to gain all the life back. Bye. Only for like 1 activation. Please, it's something sick. Bottom. Take a Daylight Ranger. Again, these we have to kind of just chain through in a graveyard. This one. Walker and play. And we could basically either just activate Citadel 3 times, which does actually get a little ropey, or we can try and find the can't remember the name of the card. Kind of going through here. The companies don't actually speed up anything. There's the Vero. Let's find that in the branch corner. Then this is now representing 6 damage plus all of these. In fact, we have 4 copies of Innkeeper in play this much. Maybe not quite yet. And there's a J-Lo Ranger on top. You don't need many activations of course. Yeah, that's how the deck wins, basically. You're gonna go through your deck, cast all your spells. Like that. And roll it Grifter. Nice. Very cool. Let's run it back again. So yeah, you need a critical mass of things, but you can get a Citadel into play pretty early, and kind of go like you can have like a little mini pop off, you know, a little kind of like, I'm gonna do this for value, and then the next one, either the next one will kill you, or you're kind of like dead on the board to the things I have. And then there's a lot of redundancy, like with the Explore package plus the Innkeepers. Moisturize only sack outlet. Again, you get more. Again, Catacomb Sifter would be pretty nice. Because that gives you mana as well as like triggering sacrifices, like you scry through your deck again. But you because in Pioneer you would play Woe Strider and Catacomb Sifter. Two of them. This is solid. Ooh, no sleeper. Back aggro. And sure. Gonna pay the pain for the we're into now. That we have enough black source that we have. We can maximize our black sources in play. Thoughtseize. I don't know what they take. Taking the Woe Strider maybe, but it's like a pain pertinent solution. The other thing is that more Woe Striders eventually like you kind of like, okay, I can sack this, then like because you're sacking cards going to go through your deck, you sack back. There's some interesting cards that you can kind of like play as like toolboxy kind of things. Blooming Shaman, which might even be turning into my invitational card, does like reset all your like graveyard back into library. And again, with the scries, you kind of can go through everything. Box got me. They didn't see the branch walk, which is pretty nice. So now next time we can go Walker Explore. I have. Mascot got banned in the standard, but it's still legal in Explorer. There's a few different ways to build these one black aggro decks. I have like a list currently that is like more of a mid-range deck with like Kalisas and Sheldred. You can go like all in on like 1-drops and play like Scrappy Scavenger, but I think you're just a bit too underpowered. You might as well be playing like black white zombies like that. Maybe they have a fatal push. Imagines, right? They have one creature, so I don't want to library this, but this isn't a relevant threat anymore. They don't have the mana to draw a bunch of cards that I'm just gonna put graveyard. Really get me closer to winning the game. Okay, that puts it out of range of the like. There's the cut down, I believe. The total power and toughness 5 or less. Okay, we'll see. What do they have here? Get a counter on it straight away. Only if it's a Phyrexian on a. If it's a Phyrexian. Yeah, cool. Did I say just me? No, it's Phyrexian there. I get a 4/4. It does a death touch. Like, if this hits us, we're like, yeah, got it. So if they want to sit back and hold it on defense, we could draw fluff for a bit. We actually drew a pre. Maybe this would pass. Like, they can wall up a little behind here if they want to. We're not in a rush, and we have an answer to. See, they're going into their. See, they didn't make like a big 4-drop. They're not playing anything else super aggressive. Kind of curious what else they're on. There is a shield. All right. I'd rather do that. Oh, maybe I am dumb. The elf's probably the elf under us is probably elf. I do know I cast. That's kind of sick. Like that. Then we can scry for stuff. I take it all back. I'm a genius. Also block shoulder. So. We'll see. I don't know. It's like Shoulder's like a beast of a card, but it's like if you just look at it like alright, yeah, cool. Alright. Doesn't impact the board. Doesn't pass the like Jace the Mind Sculptor test. Like no obliterator haters, persecutor slow, hero blade hold, I don't think so. It would just get bounced, and all they've done is like you lose 2 life. But not there anymore. Still stick. It's pretty hard to remove. It's like a testament to how bad. What it actually is a testament to how bad the removal is in this form. Now it's like actual pressure. Fair enough. So if you attack, I'm blocking the Waste Rider. Like, wait. I don't think anything kills. I don't think if anything kills at 4 mana. If they have like a go, I wish I could scry. I feel like hunting one of these away is not good. We should play the mid-range stuff. Let's sacrifice. Let's actually just sacrifice the Mystic. Try and misery. Is this what's a life gain, which isn't terrible? I think I should. I'm gonna bottom it. Do you have the Wild Growth Walkers in play? Yeah, that's not really what I was looking for. We can elf say go. Like here we're just draining it. Here we're just kind of slowly ticking out. Thorin. Thorin presents a flying clock, which is problematic. The card advantage is kind of like something I have to deal with anyway. And like, they don't have a good way to actually out Citadel if we get it in play. I'm like, here I'm going to sacrifice land rather than a turn again. Cry. Citadel's going to be on top and I'm going to cry. Okay, company we take. Like that one. That's good. Now I'll go to 9. What are they doing here? If I send this here, what, it's still at 5? With like a Murderous Rider maybe? I think I have a good outfit. It's easier for me to ambush the Shield Dread. They don't know what I have. I don't have anything that gets away right. Might have something. I'm gonna fire this off. Okay. That's fine. A chunk of life to work with. It may be considered sacking Jade Light to Scry, but not really worth it. Play a land on the back of this anyway. Take that. Fortunately, Explore doesn't count as actually drawing a card, but now that gives them another thing they kind of have to kill. Castle Foreign. Yeah, one more actually. Maybe sacking the priest. Sacking the J-Light Ranger was big brain.
A fair trade.
We'll see. Got Liliana. Liliana doesn't actually get up to much. Oh. Let's use this, I'll do it though. Oh yeah, they make Liliana, we're like, okay, cool, we sack the J-Light Ranger. Can't afford to double block with these. Make the Murderous Rider. The other thing we have to be like slightly, like, at least aware of is they can play like, Lisa card.
Happy to help. Drop it.
Oh, this is brutal. They need a card I haven't had. That also, but importantly, that gives us the extra card for Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider itself. Well, I should do this one. I'll just throw it. Thorin's also not that far of a little scary. The shoulder's still gonna need. You can maybe ascend both of these at Liliana, but I don't know if it's winning play. We're losing one. Like they can just double block and then Liliana sticks around. I'm thinking up here, which was the Soren at 7, is problematic.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Okay, so now they can double. Just gonna chunk in. Oh yeah, shoulder kind of good double down. They have a bold move. I have an unknown card in hand, so they probably take up at least one. Okay, that one's easy.
Off you go.
You're gonna take one down, one up. Maybe they think I've got land in hand, actually. Seems like Voice Rider. Oh, the other thing about leaving Voice Rider in the graveyard being bad is that some versions of kind of like Mono Black Red Mage are playing the three. Why can't I think of the card? The copies that I have in paper are Japanese, and that's why I can't remember the name. Not Dead Drop. The Mind Rot that discards cards as well. Okay. Put my cards out. Let's get Voice Strider. We can send Voice Strider at Soren. It just gets chump blocked. Bit of a weird one. Is there another way to do this? I think there is. Is there a clever way? I don't necessarily think we could be ultimate. Just in terms of our life, so we don't have a way to answer the ship. I think we kind of have to set. Use one of these. This can actually. This forces a block here. If I send these two, they block here. We're not killing the Soren anyway. Feels weird because we're just like, okay, we send that after Liana. Good meme. He's getting at. Rough. On him. Now this looks real. Because now we can double block. Okay. We better be drawing gas. Okay, not yet. Yeah, this is rough. so many extra. Sorry. Oh man, so the Altus we go to 4. We take 2 off shoulder end. We do, oh, right. Fair play. Okay. See. This is a shame because I feel like we're not doing the deck justice.
Excuse my
But you do run into these kind of like resource problems. Okay, yeah.
You are no match for my ancient power.
You have like a reasonable mid-range like backup plan, but it's not. It's not like. Alright, we're 2 and 2. We can still recover here. I feel good about it. Yeah. Hmm. You do have a lot of like chaff to get through. Once you get to late game, you have a lot of pretty bad draws. You have some obviously really thick draws with like Company and Citadel, but there are for those like 8 cards, there are 8 mana elves, a bunch of perilous. Is what it is. And take those and move on. Also, if you think about how high our later would be that Shield Red, but it didn't really make much difference at the end. I can maybe be more proactive attacking the point. Bit tough though. Alright. Okay, strong start, I think. You know, elf into options. If they make a creature, we can go priest. If they make no creature, we can get the Voice Rider to play first. The idea of logic behind playing the priest first is that you then the Voice Rider activates the priest. Basically. That's the combo. Alright, so we're on the play, lead with elf. 7, they did multi 6. Oh. Okay. The angel. Maybe the Sin secret OP play is actually to get J-Light Ranger to play here. We're gonna have. I'll do this. Gets us to find common pieces. Maybe that's some kind of. Maybe we're thinking a little too much about. I think we should make the priest and then we can activate. If they make like if they make the. Oh, never mind. Abs angry so. Ignore me completely. Well. Huh. There's maybe a better way to do this. Problem is we need this gone for this to actually. That's it now. Actually, I could draw something. Coming to. Company, one of the things we can't play. Yeah. That does sure us up a bit more. Okay. Oh, that's rough. Okay, that's tough. I hate that. Does get us closer. Ranger. I'd like to be able to dump some cards into my graveyard here, really. Yep, gone in the bin. Also in the bin. Just a little. Nah, okay. We'll go this way. Like, I thought they were gonna have a fatal push Priest the Forgotten Gods, so I was like, okay, well that's rough. Now, like we're a little protected in behind here. They're gonna Grizzly Salvage. They do hit by Hellion and Greasefang. Tough. So if they have, like, it's in a land. I wonder if they have like double Can't Stay Away. Well, double Can't Stay Away doesn't get there. One does. Harriet's annoying. Especially annoying because I want to activate it now. To stop them creating this response later. If they want to sack it, they get. It's a weird one because I feel like they definitely have a Can't Stay Away. Bring back the Greasefang. They're doing this to basically shield. Yeah. They're gonna current response. Can't create a second. Regret not just doing this one. But... Is it 16? Isn't quite dead. I don't have a source. But what I want to do here. A Waste Rider. Awkward. It's tough. If their players like makes Greasefang, then they can't stay away. I think I need to stick with a timing window. They're casting from their hand, okay. That's okay, so you can't interact with it, but it leaves them out of opportunity to also be able to create. They can do this, which is what, 13? And without a source of life gain, this still looks pretty. We can maybe scry a little for one. We'll see. Yeah. Can't get to see. So we draw. Basically, in a scenario, we draw untapped, gain free. I'm gonna go through. I don't love our odds. Oh my gosh. Well, been really wrong. Next, we need to be able to... Oh, that's tough. Wait, that's a land. Hang on. Do we draw? Looming Marsh is not gonna get us out, right? Alright. Well, that's an unfortunate one. It's an unfortunate one. GG's. Yeah, you've seen a little bit of what the deck can do here. Not tons, I'll be honest. I do think the deck's underperformed here compared to normal. Obviously, you don't have interaction, which hinders you a little bit versus things like Grease Fang. But you're reasonable. You have a reasonable matchup. You can often survive often you can survive the first attack and kind of like kill them, or not let them get there. Hey, there are a bunch of games where they just don't have it on turn 3. But hey, 2 and 3 in this one, little rough. I might give this deck another run in a week or two, just to just kind of revisit it, because I do think it did a little worse than it could do. But hey, let me listen in the comments. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed more Explorer stuff coming your way. Peace out. Have a good day.